Live streaming is on.
All right.
Okay, you got it.
Glasses. Oh, what y'all want me to do? What you need me to do?
Oh, like show us the platform.
Oh, the platform. Okay. I'm sorry, brother. I was waiting on. I thought y'all had questions. So basically, Ninja Trader is the platform. I'm gonna max this out so you can see it, but I just don't pay no attention to all these numbers. But basically, that's how I normally look. I just got to minimize so you don't look at all that boosters. But basically, what it is, once you download Ninja Trader, I'm assuming you already downloaded. There's a Rhythmic Pro Trader here too that you also need to download. And basically, what that does is that keeps up with your threshold balance. So every time I didn't do that, but every time every time your profit goes up, your threshold trailing stop follows you behind. But basically, the platform is pretty simple. If you want to do new charts, it's all here. Go to new, click charts, go on whichever one you prefer. Right now, I guess the main thing you guys might want to know is about the copier. Once you download the copier, it's pretty simple to get it running. I'm gonna just close it down so we can go through the steps. But basically, what you would just do is you'll go to new in your platform, and also once you get your platform, all your information in, like your license key and all that, you can see all this information. But anyway, they'll give you you go to new, and all you do is just drop all the way down to the bottom of that box. I'm sorry, the one right before the bottom. It's the Apex copier. Just click right on it. Once you click on it, all your accounts that you have are going to show up on the right hand side of the box. And this is what you're going to be using to trade with. So basically, whatever you want to do in the trade is controlled right here by your copier. So whatever instrument you want to trade, you want to make sure that that's the one that's selected. Don't make the mistake of looking at a chart, but on here you may have something else clicked, so it won't work for you. But for instance, I always trade the NQ majority of the time. You never want to lead with your sim account. That's just one of the things that they say. I think it's probably because it causes errors and things to mess up. But anyway, you would click down on the drop down box and pick whichever account that you wanted to use as your leader account, and that could be your choice, whichever one you prefer. Personally, I just use the one that I'm up in the most money just because it's just mental for me. But anyway, you click on the one you want to choose. Down here, you can leave this one as an exact quantity, or if you want to, you can always go in and change your different ratios for your different accounts. I never have really done that part, but I know it will become crucial when I do other accounts that are not the $25,000 one. I might want to do 4 contracts and a fit, regardless of the case, but you can change that up. So, but basically what happens is once you choose your leader account, all your other accounts that are over here, you got to click them on if you want them to be active to match and duplicate whatever trade you're taking in your leader account. So if you take a trade right now, if I take one in this account number 1, all these accounts here will be copied and it will do the exact same thing that I want to do and that I'm doing in number 1. When I open a trade, when I close a trade, it'll do the same thing for me in those other accounts that I don't have to do it. I will caution folks and just let you know that the more accounts you get, the more, the more jacked up it'll get. Meaning that obviously with things you're always going to have, when you're filling orders, you're going to always have delays when your order gets filled, just like any other thing when you're trading. But so for instance, if you click on what I've experienced, when I use the copier for all 6 of the accounts, when I close out it without a stop, say for instance, I'll just take a account and make sure I'm in the same. I don't do nothing crazy. Okay, so for instance, I took a trade. Gosh, I didn't know how to do that. Hold on, let me do
Order filled.
I have a like an ATM strategy set up. So for instance, if I ain't want to buy, but I'll buy the market.
Order filled.
My sell stop up here to get me out of the trade, and my sell stop down here as my stop by my exit. Like for instance, if we were trading what we were doing, we would obviously pull off, exit down to below wherever we, didn't want the market to get us. And then when it hits this stop, it will get, I'm actually in the wrong. I'm in a mini, so don't pay attention to the money movement because it's in a mini NQ and not the regular NQ. Mini NQ move. Let me just correct that, brother. I'll just get out.
Order filled.
I really hate losing even in sim, so y'all just bear with me because I hate taking losses. Period. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, you good. You good.
I just like for the sim account to look just as nice as everything else. Let me turn all this off to make sure I don't do anything while I'm on the phone here by mistake. All right. So, all right, cool. Okay, but I want to change. If you want to change whichever market you're trading in, I typically have up multiple charts, but you can always change your chart by just dropping down on the drop box where your instrument is listed. Like right now, I'm in the mini NQ. I want to change it to the NQ. And when you do that, obviously it makes a change for you. And if I want to sell the market, you would sell it with this button, buy it with this button, and close with this button. But to be honest with you, the best way to enter the market is with stops. But whatever the case may be for your own trading, I'll sell it since we're up counting premium.
Order filled.
When I get in the market, it's going to move $20 per point. What the heck did I just do there? It's going to move $20 per point. So right now I'm in at 1244.75. So if it moves up to 1244.5, I'll be up $20. And right now, I'm sorry, if it moves down because I'm selling. Obviously, when it's red, I'm selling. When it's green, I'm buying. And you can set up the ATM strategy. They have plenty of videos on how that works. And also, let me show y'all this just so you'll know if there are any questions you have. Most of them have been answered already. And if you go to your platform or your control panel, let me use the proper terms. This is your control panel. So if I'm on my control panel, I want to find out something that I don't know. If I click on help, there's resources right here that you can go to. And one thing that I like, one of the most things I like is their video resources. They're pretty straightforward. They'll all come up, and if there's something you want to do, you can always just search for it. Like if you want to know how to do an ATM strategy, you can click on it. And the videos are real short, so they'll tell you how to do it pretty quick. And ATM strategy is just what you don't have to use the ATM strategy. I use it just because number one, it keeps me focused. I don't have to worry about where my exit is and where my profit take would be. But anyway, so as you can see, the market is moving. It's down to 1243. But anyway, as you can see, the points are moving $20 a point. So if you want to close the trade, you can hit close. That's not necessarily the best way, in my opinion, because the market may move and you might not get what you wanted. So the best way to move or to get out of trades is to use your exit or your trailing stop, or not trailing stop, your take profit.
Target filled.
So when it hits that target, it just gets you out of the trade and everything. I have mine set up to show me what I made in the trade. You don't have to do that. If you want to change it, you go to properties and you drop down, show realized P&L went flat. That's what mine is on right now. But if you don't like that, and there it would be. Also, when you're in a trade, you
Order
can
filled.
put your trade in dollars. If you click on that black box where the money is, it'll change it to percentage, or you can put it in points. Points, I'm sorry, is this one. I'm not sure what that other one was. But for instance, like, some people like to look at ticks, some people like to look at points, but you can put it on whatever you want to. But when you see your profit take, you can always hit close.
Order
That gets you out of
filled.
the trade. So then you want to see your profit. Let me do something here if I can find it. One thing I like a lot, I'm trying to make sure that it's there, is you always want to check what you're doing. You can always do that with your trade performance. If you click on that, it'll show you all that. Let me do that real quick. So if I click on trade performance, Let me close out the thing here. Okay. Well, damn, because we just did.
Oh, are you still sharing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I've clicked off. But let me get back on. Sorry. I apologize.
Oh, I said, what happened to it?
Hold on. Let me, where's share it? Okay, I'm sorry. Share. Okay, I should be back. I'm sorry. Can you see it now? No?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
all
see
right.
it now.
What I was basically trying to show you was how to check what you're doing. You know, a lot of people get in and trade and they just profit. You know, that's totally up to you. You can do that if you want to, but the best way I think is to go to new. NinjaTrader is really good about showing you your performances. A lot of other platforms like MetaTrader and things like that, they don't do all that. But basically what you do, if you go to new, you can go down to trade performance, which is going to be this tab here right next below account data. If you click on it, which I already have it pulled up here, it'll pull up the performance. Like for instance, what I just did in Sim, because I have that one click, it's showing you the total profit here. And it shows you whether you did a long trade or a short trade. Break it down here. And you can go through all these different things that are pretty straightforward as to what your average trade, your largest winning trade, how long you were in the market, things like how much did it go against you. That's one thing I'm really big on is like, if I clicked on trades, I could go here, I could see my trades, but I could also see how much it went, how much favorable, how much I saw in the market and how much, I actually took. Because on the first trade, I think we took a loss of 50 cents, a dollar on the next one. But basically, you see the most I saw in that trade was $3. And here, the most I saw was 30. And I end up taking 50. So that's one thing I think is crucial, though, with Apex, because you have to remember when you're trying to pass your evaluation, your biggest thing, obviously, you got to hit profit target. But the big thing that they're on is the trailing threshold, which I think is what gets most people. And basically, what happens is whatever you see in the trade, your if your profit goes up, your target, your trailing stop goes up. So pay attention to what you're leaving on the table, because every time you leave something on the table, you're gonna be getting closer to your trailing stop. But these things are pretty straightforward here. You can put it on like analysis, big on that, because you can see it in graph forms. You can see it in however you want to look at it, but you can check yourself. You can check your entries. They tell you if you had a good entry. They'll tell you if you had a good exit. And then, of course, they'll give you the overall. Like, for instance, here, if you click on your exit efficiency, like for mine on that last one on Sim, if you hover over it, it'll tell you it was at 95%. The only reason that's the way it was is because I used a trailing stop to get out. I mean, I used a stop to get out. So basically, when it hit my stop, I got all the money that I was trying to get, and nothing ever went against me. Because sometimes if you hit this close button when you're in a trade,
Order
if you hit the
filled.
close button, by the time it closes, the market may be the
Order
move.
filled.
Because I saw $30, but I can guarantee you I didn't get it. So that's important for me. I always use the trailing stop. Oh, let's add it all together. I'm sorry. But anyway, any questions? I don't know if I'm answering questions that
Hey,
you might.
Cam.
Go ahead.
He had wanted to know where to go get the copy from, what website,
Okay.
and where on the website it was at.
It's on Apex Investing. So let me see if I can get to it. I got all these tabs.
Oh yeah,
All right.
and one more thing about them copy accounts, we can have up to 20 copy accounts on that same one account. So $100 trade, that's times 20. A $1,500 trade times 20, that's $30,000 off of one $1,500 trade.
Let me go. I'm gonna close some of these tabs too. I know y'all seen that profit takes. So, okay, here we go. I'm gonna try to start from beginning on the watch. Wi-Fi is moving slow. All right. So if you go to Apex Investing, you want to sign in too, because that way it could link everything to your account. So for instance, when you buy an account, you don't want to have multiple logins. I know y'all seen all these rules, but don't sign up with different logins. It'll disqualify you. But basically, so you sign into your investing.com. If you scroll down, you'll see the copier here. You click on it. Once again, don't leave with the SIM. It tells you that right there. And when you want to, here's the instructions for loading it and whatnot. They're all here. I just basically played the video on my phone and did what they told me to do, but it's pretty straightforward. If you click on this file here, this is what I was talking about, Dion, earlier, about when you have 20 accounts, it's going to obviously be slower than one account. But one thing you can do to keep your system running smoothly.
You talking about clearing the cache?
Yeah, clearing the cache out.
Okay, cache. Okay.
I'm sorry, it's not opening here. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's right click and copy link and go here and pop that up there.
Oh yeah, can they tell them how it's like 20 accounts per household too? Address type shit.
Oh, absolutely. Another important thing to remember is you can only have 20 accounts per household. Like if you had a husband and wife in the household, you can't have more than 20 accounts. So be mindful of that. If there's, two people in the house that are trading, make sure you should use a different address when you sign up. And I'm gonna remind me to tell you, I'll do it now while this is downloading. But you should also sign up for this 10% plan. Where was it? It's up here somewhere. That's the copier. Let me go back. There's a sign up for it here. The Apex Sniper Bootcamp training. When you do that, sign up. It's free. It's just part of your something they want you to do when you're doing your evaluation. But everything is here. I'm on the Apex Investing page. What other questions do you guys have? Anybody? I'm trying to find stuff that would be useful.
Is there any rules that we gotta be following, like any restrictions that they want to make sure that you stick with while you in the trade, or?
Yes. Let me go over the rules that I know of right off the rip. And also, I would encourage you all. They have the rules on a page. Like when you sign up, you have to click on this page in order before you start trading to do your evaluation. And I don't know if they actually can see if you've looked at this page, but make sure you click on that page and watch the video. There's a link for it. But basically, the rules are this. One, you're not supposed to have anybody else trading your account, but you see if they can prove that. Two, when you enter a trade or when you're trading, you can't trade announcements like that. If you trade, like some people straddle announcements and they'll take profit, put a buy stop above the market, sell stop below the market, and whatever happens, then they close out. You can't do that with your evaluation because they want you to be your normal trading style. They're looking for traders. They're not necessarily looking for people to make $10,000 one day and lose 5,000 the next. But basically, they're trying to get somebody that's pretty consistent. They just looking for consistency. What other rules can I think of? I don't think there's any more rules that I could think of, but let me go to them. They're here. That's not what I want. And if anybody wants to, you see my stuff. So if y'all go in and you want to trade it for me, go right ahead. Just make some money. But anyway, so if you're on your dashboard, this is Apex Investing's dashboard. The one thing I want to tell you on that dashboard is how you can close out accounts if they get emergency situations. Let me back up. Say for instance, when you're using the copier and you got 20 accounts or you got 10 accounts and you were trading on your chart and you saw the profit that you wanted and you hit close. Well, what I've seen on their website and even from a friend who was using it this morning, he hit close, he heard close, and then he went and looked at his I don't know if he looked at his R trade or what he looked at, but he saw he was still in the trade. It didn't close him out. So how do you do that? What do you do when you're trying to get out of a trade? You can go on your control panel. You can go down to the very bottom where it has orders tab, execution tab, strategies, and position. Positions is the one you want. If you click on it, it'll show you, maximize this. It'll show you if you are in any positions, and there will be an X over here to close out. That's one way. That's what you want to do first. That's what they say. If that does not work, and if say for instance your computer froze up and you just got something going on, I don't know, go to your Apex, not in investing, what is this one? The Apex, what do you call it? Funding. When you're on that page, there's a flatten accounts area right here. If you click on that button, you can do that from your phone. Because obviously, if your computer is locked up, you ain't going to be able to do it from there. But if you're on your phone, you can pull it up and you can flatten all of your accounts with this one button. But they say use that only as an emergency situation when everything else fails. But what else? Obviously, you can save different workspaces. Click on. I think I'm already on that. But that's just personal. You can set the platform up pretty much how you want it. I'm trying to look for. Oh, here's an important thing. Let me give you this. Whenever you open your NinjaTrader, it may have global simulation clicked. That's this tab right here. You want to do that if you have people or kids or I don't know, somebody in your house or something. You don't want nothing to happen to your account by mistake. As long as that global simulation button is clicked, you can't go to your live accounts. Okay. You can only go to your, so if somebody had your computer, they wouldn't even know that. So you can just drop down to your global simulation mode. That turns off the simulation. So now when you are at your chart, you can click down on this drop down button. I didn't tell y'all this. You probably saw it, but here's your account. If you have your, let me back up. I'm moving too fast. When you pull up your chart for the first time, it's not going to have this chart trader on there. So let me take it off. It's going to look like a chart. So you put it on by clicking up at the top. Didn't mean to hit that one where it says chart trader and just turn it on. So now it puts your ability to trade with the trader. And you can see your different accounts by dropping on the drop down button right next to the arrow below the accounts. And if you click on it, all your accounts will go and show here. If you're doing the copier, you want to choose your leader account here where you're trading. Like I always start with one. So I would click one as my leader account, and then all the others would do what I want to do. If I want to use the other as a leader account, I would choose it as well. Anyway, any more questions? Anything I didn't hit that you wanted me to hit? If I have an answer, I'll give it to you. If I don't know, I'll find out for you later. But and to connect to your platform, it's obviously right here under connections. You would just hit connections, go down to where the one you put in after you put in your password and account number, and you just click on it. You'll see this yellow tab button down here change from yellow. It goes green. You know that you signed on successfully. But we can go through all of these. Let's see if there's anything here. Some people trade off the Superdome. I don't, but you can do that if you like. It's right here. I just clicked on it. Some people use this to enter the market. I just prefer to trade off of the chart when I can see the chart. Bringing this to an end. Oh, another thing that I utilize a lot is the Apex News tab. It's under the new tab. It's at the very bottom. A lot of people, I usually go to investing.com to get my to see what the announcements are. But they have it on their platform, which is awesome. It's unusual for people to do that. But if you put up the news, it'll pull up the different news that's going to happen that day. And I always turn off the ones that I'm not using, like the Canada, and I always just have up US unless I'm trading overnight, which I usually don't do too much now. But it'll have them, and it'll tell you if they're high probability or low probability or high volatility and all that good stuff right here. Low, it'll tell you what it is and the name of it. Because you don't want to be in a trade when the announcements come out. And matter of fact, like I said, you can't trade the announcements with the evaluation. But I know that they're kind of lenient with that because I've seen some of the message boards because, some people be in trades well before the announcements. They may be riding them. But I think the way they do that is you just can't 5 minutes before the announcements get ready to take the trade. But honestly, you don't want to be in a trade when the announcement comes out anyway because you have no idea which way it's going. What other questions y'all got out there? Okay, here may be one. When you're looking, if you're looking at your chart to add a new chart or a new instrument, and say you go to it and you hit chart, and in the drop down box it may not be there. Say if you go here and it's not there, you can always add an instrument by going to tools and going to your instrument list, and anything you wanted to add, you can do it there. But most things that people trade are already there. So like if you can drop down on the box. The ones that I use the most are here. But if you want to do cryptocurrencies, they have them on here like Litecoin and Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, of course, the Dow is there. The indices are here. You can trade different stocks on here too. But I'm always either on the S&P or the NASDAQ. And the platform is pretty straightforward to, like I said, to make it however you want it. A big common question, though, that a lot of people always ask is when you're trading, if you click down on this drop box, normally it's on here, text and marker. So basically, let me go back to the chart so you can see. It'll plot it for you on the chart. After you take a trade, don't want to do that. I was trying to take a trade. I almost messed up. Like, it shows me my entries here. Right now, it's just
Order filled.
I'm going to close out just so you can see the.
Order filled.
Hold on, it didn't do it. I don't have to change, but let me go here. And make it text and marker. If you're not taking a bunch of trades, it's best to do this, text and marker, because you can actually see where you were. But if you're taking a whole bunch of trades, if you're scalping a lot, these words can get in the way. That's why I usually don't have them there. But it's always good to know where you bought and where you sold. It tells you your entry, and it tells you where you closed out. It puts little marks exactly on the, say I entered on the candle, and it tells you where you got out on the candle. So that's that. Entry here at 12.437, and I closed at 12.436. Change your times, they're all right here. It's pretty obvious. You can do seconds, not seconds. Well, you do have seconds. They got seconds, minutes. I don't know who would trade off seconds, but some people do. So you know the setup. Go to your daily, start there, and break it down. Let me get this all out the way so y'all can see. All right. Like right now, throw your fields up. And I'm waiting for some questions. I'm just doing stuff right now because nobody said nothing. Any more questions?
Let's see.
I had
Oh shit, I had one. I'm trying to see as well. We have to say for instance, if I don't start my evaluation yet, am I already having to pay the monthly fee?
When you sign up, like for instance, if you bought account 25 or whatever you bought, and it was $31, when you sign up for it, that's when your evaluation starts. But like I said, with the evaluation, there's no limit to how many days you have to pass the evaluation. You can take a whole year if you want to take a whole year. I'm not trying to take a whole year because I'm not trying to pay monthly fees. So I'm trying to do it obviously in 30 days. But so when you when you get your account, your time starts, and on your Apex site, it'll show you the days, how many days you've been in the market. But as soon as you pass your evaluation, that's when you contact them. Like for instance, if you're trading $25,000 account, your goal is 1,500. When you get to 26.5 or a little bit more, you give them a call or text them, contact them, let them know you passed the count. You don't want to trade in it anymore until you let them know, because you don't want to go back below your goal. And but yeah, well, did that answer your question, brother?
Yeah, it did.
All right.
Oh, I got a question. You know the tools that we use, like on TradingView, can we use all that on here too, on this platform?
Okay. Yes, I don't know which to, like for instance, if you would want to do like a the different I'm looking for, I think there is indicators. Like the different indicators will be here. Oh, it didn't come up. Okay, I guess it's taking forever. Hold on, where are you? There you go. Didn't do nothing. Hold on. I was trying to work. I don't know what's causing this computer to be slow. But what happened if you click on what I did? There you go. I don't think that's the right one. Hold on. That's not it. Okay, yes it is. Okay, they're here. I see. I don't know why they have. Oh, they have Apex stuff up here. Okay, you can't use any of that. All right. So anyway, down here, all your different things that you may want to add to your chart are here. I'm trying to see. Give me an example of one you may use, like tools like Doshane channel. Your moving averages, which I don't have anything on my chart. My chart is just naked.
You
But
got
if
Fibonacci.
do I have what? Fibonacci's? Yes, sir. If you want to get to your Fibonacci retracements, you just right click on the chart, go down to drawing tools. This is probably what you were talking about. Drawing tools. They have everything here. Fibonacci retracements are here, and you just click on it and hold it. I got mine set up for just a 50%. They do have a 23 and a 38 and 61 on there too, but I closed. Let me just show you that. If you want to change it, you can click on it. Right click or left click, and then you go to properties, and you can change any of the settings that you want to do on it.
Okay.
Where are you? Here. All right. And then stuff like if you want to do your arrows or draw a line, all that stuff is right here. Under drawing tools. I use the rectangle boxes a lot. Like if I was marking up gaps and stuff, I would use that. Don't have no dollar sign for the money, but I just use text. I'll go down to the text. We can put on here, whatever you want. What is it? Market movers, makers, movers. Put it up there. You can do whatever you want to with that. Next question. Have I left anything off on D or?
No, I'm following along with you.
Oh, just real quick, because somebody may have a question on this. I don't know if you guys, I talked about ATM strategy. You can also have none if you want to put it on none. And when you do that, that'll be just
Order filled.
that'll be just entering the market. It's showing me where I'm in. That's a little line right here. And it's green because I was buying, and it shows your profit right here as well as up here. But if I would have used the ATM strategy, which you can edit it here. If you click on edit, this string pops up. You can put the quantity. If you want to trade 2 contracts every time, or 3 or 4 or 1, whatever you want to do is here. You can change it from ticks to price, all that, but I leave it on ticks. Your stop loss be controlled by this number, and your profit take will be controlled by this number. And so basically, for instance, like my profit take, I have it set at $100. So that's 4 ticks. It's $20 a tick. So 4 going, 20. Anyway, that'll be $100 take profit. You'll see how that works here too. And I always just have my I'm just kind of a believer that the market goes out the stops. So I don't like using I shouldn't tell you. I don't like using exit.
Order filled.
I don't like using the stops that get me out. But when I do, I just usually have them, way out of the way. It just as like a catastrophic move. Like for instance, my computer locked up and I'm just messed up, and it'll still get me out because I got to stop there. But I just tend to think the market goes after stop, so I just don't want it to go after my exit stop. That's just me, which I might have different opinions on that. But with the program, they have the set amounts as to how many contracts you can trade, and with the 25, I know it's 4 contracts. I think that's pretty much it. When you're doing your setups, obviously that's going to be in your emails. They'll tell you how to set up all your account. It's not anything hard, especially downloading NinjaTrader. It's pretty simple, and there's nothing really involved with that.
Order filled.
So if we were live, I'd be up $63 right now, but we ain't live. But if I was in the copier, remember that's how beautiful it is. With my 6 accounts, that'll be 63 times 6. So, but obviously if you were losing, it could be 63 times 6 as well, but it's still per account.
Okay. What trades did you take today?
I took a trade in Q after the opening. Let me see if I got it marked up. What am I in? 15. Let's go. I was in the 3-minute chart when I saw something. Let's see. Where's the opening? I got this thing in the way I can't see. Let's back up. I actually took this right here. It wasn't the perfect setup, so don't get me on the on our rules. I really didn't have a range of the market that the market was ranging on. But when the market opened up here at 8:30, let me put my cursor on the other one here. Okay. When the market opened up here at this 8:30 candle, I actually bought it after it did. I kind of looked at that as a stop move, even though it's not truly what we would look for. Let me see if I can go to a smaller time frame. It may look better. It done. Let me just stick with the 5 because I know I was seeing it on the 3. We'll go to 3. All right. If I go back here to the 8:30 opening, I actually took this when it fell down and pulled back into this green candle here. I took this red candle here, and got out somewhere up in here. But I was actually really expecting it to reach some of these where the money was at, some of these gaps right here. I was expecting it to get here. Let me draw that up for you. But like I said, I got out with I want to say it was $230, but it wasn't no big move. I got out somewhere in this candle right here. I think I can show you. But that was the only thing I did this morning. I actually got caught in this mess right here. Hold on, let's see, before the market opened, which is a no-no, but I knew it. But I got caught in this mess. With this was actually this was an announcement this morning at 7:30, but I actually took a loss on that. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You just have to play with it, play with the platform, and you'll be fine.
Oh, it ain't gonna take too long to get adjusted.
No, the only drawback I hate with Ninja is that they don't have a mobile platform, and I've been with Ninja years ago. They still hadn't updated to no mobile platforms, but I guess most real traders may not even. They trade out computers anyway. But that's it. I don't know if I answered anybody's questions correctly, but if you have any more questions, if you get them to me, I'll find out any answers and get it back to you. But all the questions are, let me see.
You on the iPhone or Android?
I have an iPhone, but I'm actually on the computer showing you this. I'm just talking on my phone because
it claimed we can connect CQG to Ninja Trader.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever heard of that.
We used to, when I was paying for Ninja Trader, I was using CQ. Yeah, I was using that for Ninja Trader for sure. But how would that affect you with your mobile though?
Wait, what you mean?
So I mean, even if you could connect, I'm assuming that what I'm talking about was just like a connection. It wasn't an actual anything that was going to allow me to trade on my phone.
Oh yeah, that's what the CQG is. I'm looking at it. It's like
it must be.
They let you connect whatever to it and trade on it.
Well, I need to look into that myself because I haven't seen it. I haven't done.
I just sent it in the chat on here. If you want to look at it that way, I don't know if it'll take you to the website or how would it work.
I'll check it out, but I got the link. I'll look for it. I'm looking for something else here. Anyway, they have all the answers to most questions here. They're pretty clear on. I put it to like this: they don't have anything hidden. I mean, they tell you about your trailing stop, and most folks don't understand it. Watch that video over if you don't understand that trailing threshold stop, because a lot of people be like, "Man, I made $5,000. I did this, and I got kicked out." Well, every time you make profit, your trailing stop moves up. So if you're in a trade, like if I was trading a trade and going to a trade, so I'm in this trade and I bought it or whatever I did.
Order filled.
Okay, say for instance, what right now I'm down, so that's not counting against my stop or anything. That's just counting against my drawdown, my $1,500. But if this market moves up $25 and I see $25 profit, if my balance, it moves up with my profit. So if I don't take that 25 and I take 10, that $10 that I saw will count against you because your trailing stop will have moved up that much amount. So you'll just be closer to it. That's really the only catch that I see in this thing is that trailing stop. But that does not work like that when you're in your live account. You're a live account, your trailing stop stays $100 above your account. So your trailing stop will be at $25,100 once you pass your evaluation, and it will not move it. It will not trail you. So, you know,
Okay.
little thing get ugly real quick.
And with that 1,500 that you got to make for them, they let you keep that to trade with.
Yes. I don't know if you heard, but like for instance, our good Lord, y'all, I hate stem trades when they're not going right. But anyway, your evaluation. Obviously, you're on the 20. I'm using $25,000 account as my talking point because you know that's what I got. That's what I have. So with my $25,000 account, look at that. My drawdown is $1,500. So what would get me out of the evaluation is if I go below $23,500. So once you pass your evaluation, you know you had to pass it by making $1,500. So your account would be at $26,500. Now, once you pass your evaluation, keep this in mind, folks. 100% of your first $25,000 is your money. Okay, so everything you make in that $25,000 account, if you get it up to $50,000, $25,000 of that money is yours. Okay, so for instance, if when I pass my evaluation, I'll be at 26.5 or more. That $1,500 is mine. Now, it wouldn't be wise for me to take that out because, and they know this, but if I do, then that's going to put me right down next to my threshold. So when I take my next trade, more than likely it's going to kick me out of trade and blow the account. So basically what I would advise you ought to do, you got your own rules and your own ratios of risk reward ratio, but don't take that $1,500 out. Immediately try to get that mug up to at least 3 or something to keep that threshold well away from you because you don't want to because people blow their live accounts too, So just because you pass it, don't mean that you it's all gravy because you can still blow the account if you're not managing it. But anyway, that's just my talk. Anybody else before I stop sharing?
Oh, so on the Ninja platform, they have what was that time frames? They got the second time frames on there.
Yes, sir. If you go up here, if you're looking on the chart here, right up here in the drop down box, I'm on 3 minute. You can click down on the drop box. It has all of them here. You can go to year, month, seconds. Let's see what the seconds are. Which I know they take long to load. I think I did. Did I click here? Okay, that's 15.
Oh snap, man! Man, this cleaner than what's the name? Because I can see these open areas. Man, it's gonna be, it's too easy.
And obviously, you like my chart. You can move these different. Like for instance, if you wanted your bars to have some space between them, you can do that here by increasing or decreasing the space. You can increase or decrease the width of the bars, however you want to do it, just for your eyesight.
Man,
But
this thing clean, huh?
the platform is, I'm telling you, the platform itself is one of the better ones I've seen. The only thing I hate that I usually say, in my opinion, Ninja likes to keep you focused on like this what's right in your face. They don't really like for you to be seeing like traders should be seeing what's to the left. What do you say? You look to the left to get right. So
Yeah.
always try to zoom out, see what's going on because Ninja is gonna keep you focused. Like they're gonna have you right at the first counters. But if you know what you're looking for, you know what your setup is. It's no big issue. But they're gonna have you Because when I first started, I'm just giving you an example. When I first started trading as a trader, I was always just like looking at the market right in this little area. You know, that's not the way you trade, and you guys know that. So just make sure you zoom out is all. And I
Yeah,
think
I see that discount though. See it.
see, like even here, ooh, that's a good one actually, because we got this going right here. Hold up, I'm just going up here. Boom.
Now, you can't say your drawing tools on here?
You say, can you save them?
Yeah, like save them like in a template or something like that, so you won't have to keep going back to that thing like you just
I'm
did.
sure you key like a hotkey. Well, yeah, matter of fact, they have the numbers up. They have it here. Like for instance, that you can use F3 to hit the arrow instead of clicking to it. You can just hit F3. These are your function keys here, and I'm sure you can change them if you wanted to make it something different, like put something else in its place. I did not.
Order submitted.
Let me go over that then. I ain't mean to do it, but I'll go.
Order canceled.
If you right click on your chart, say you didn't want to enter the market by just hitting buy and sell, you can right click on the chart. You can set a sell stop or a buy stop by just clicking on it here. You got the limit and you got the stop. So if I want to choose a buy stop, I'll just choose it.
Order submitted.
It'll come up wherever I had my cursor, and then you can move it by clicking on it, dragging it to wherever you want it, and say I want to end the market here. I can just put my stop down there. I'm sorry, and it'll get me in when it gets there, which it's about to do.
Order filled.
You could change the quantity to there as well if you wanted to.
So where it says sell STP, that's your stop loss.
Sell STP. Okay, where it says sell, yes, that's my stop. So I'm buying, so the sell will get me out with the stop here. Yeah, that's my stop loss here. This is my take profit above the market here. So this limit would get me out. That's just because I'm using a strategy. I'm using an ATM strategy, but you don't have to use a strategy, but I just do. But this will get me out here, and if it hits this point, I would take profit there. And you could always move them and adjust.
Oh, okay.
You can move it to here, which is, right where it should be, but the market may go below that. But anyway, so you can move it wherever you want. My share screen is in the front of what I'm trying to do.
Oh,
there.
You can press, you see what say hide on that little thing? It
Oh,
say stop
okay.
screen.
Okay.
Yeah, you can hide that little button.
Yeah, help me out, man, because I don't know.
Oh, you can click on it. You can click on it. You see where it say hide?
Yes.
Yeah, it'll.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So now it's gone. But okay, and so these are your stops. And if I had to use, if I had did a different quantity, let me close this here.
Order filled.
My quantity is right here. If I want to change my quantities, I can go up here. I go down. The max, like I said, is 4.
So on a live
Order
account,
filled.
would you have like 2 stop losses then, since you're gonna have a trailing stop? Would it be like 2 stop losses on the screen if it was a live account for the challenge?
Yeah, you don't have to. What I have set up right now is if you look at the screen right here for ATM strategy, I personally use an ATM strategy. And I set that up, I set it up so you can go to manager and then you can
Order submitted. Order filled.
Oh, we can't hear you.
I'm muffled.
Yeah, Yeah, you still muffled.
What I was saying was I was using an ATM strategy.
We still can't hear you, brother.
Sound like you far away.
Still sound the same.
Can you guys hear me better now? But basically what I was saying, if you didn't hear me, when I was first in that trade, I had an ATM strategy set, which you do not have to do. Okay. You can go to none, and that's what this is. It just has my entry point on the chart. If I want to close out of this trade, I can hit close, and that'll get me out of the trade. Or I can set up stops to take me out of the trade by right-clicking and putting up a limit.
Order
And
submitted.
it'll get me out when it gets to the limit. And I usually do. I mean, if you know that there are gaps up here, or, you know, you might want to set it up there. But you know, it's just personal.
So with that trailing, what is it, threshold?
Yes, sir.
So say we going up, we up like 20 some. How y'all say it? 20 some ticks.
Well, I would just say point. I'm up right now. I'm up like 10, almost 15 points now, because it's every 5 points is $100.
Oh, okay.
So like if I'm looking at the math right here, my entry is at 12,416, right? So the market is at 418. I'm sorry, that's not what the market is. Yes, it is 418. It's 2 points above my position, so that was about $200. So it's every time this ticker move, it's move. Whoa, I don't know what's going on. What happened there? But every time it moves, it's moving in $5 ticks, but it's $1 a point. I'm sorry, $20 a point.
So that's what you was risking. What's the math again?
Order filled.
So what is you said 5 times? Is it 5 times 20?
No, 5 times 4. So for instance, how can I show that? Let me show that. Where is that at?
Hey, it's about the order quantity, right, Ken?
Yes, that would be a good part. Let's go here. Let me explain. Okay.
Hey, Ken, you said it was $5 per point, but because you traded 4 contracts, it was about the order quantity, right?
Exactly on that point. Yeah. So it's $5 per tick, and that means like it moves in quarters. Like they see this 24.25, then it goes to 25.50, then it goes to 25.75, then it goes to the next point. So each time it moves up a quarter, it's gonna be $5. But when it gets to the next point, that'll be $20, and then it'll keep on going. So if I'm up $100, that means I'm up a whole point. I don't know if that's explained. Let me this can show. Let me show you. Okay, here.
Order
So
filled.
I'm on dollars, so I'm gonna go to points. Right there. Okay, it's at 0 right now because the market is at 0. Remember, there's no spread. So wherever you enter the market, that's the beauty. Wherever you enter the market is where you're gonna be in. There's no spread involved. So the market pushed up. It's down on 1/4 of a tick. So I would be down $5. Okay. When it moves to the 50, okay, it moved 5 points at a time. So I was down $20. I guess I'll get a graph to show that. Cause
And that's because you was trading only one contract, right?
And I would suggest trading one. I mean, you can trade what you want, but when you're trying to see what's happening, if you're trading the one, you can easily figure out what's happening. But if you have 2, you're gonna multiply by 2. So for instance, if instead of me being up $35, if I had 2 contracts, I'd be up $70. If I had 4 contracts right now, I'd be up $140. So, but once again, I could be down that much too. But and keep in mind, since I'm using multiple accounts with the copier, I'm not even going to more than one contract right now because $100 in one account gives me $100 in all of them. Not until I build my balance up and get away from my threshold. But so it moves for every point that it moves. Like for instance, if you got in down here at 12,413 and the market moved all the way up to 12,430, you do the math. 30 minus 13 is 20, something, whatever that is. If you multiply that by 20, that'll be your profit total. So however many points you're getting, you just multiply by 20. So if you had
You multiply it by 20 if you trade 4 contracts, though, right?
One contract.
Okay.
With one contract,
But
1
that's only
point.
for NQ, right?
That's only for NQ. All of them are different. Like the S&P is $50 a point. So if I was on the S&P, every point that it moves, I'm looking for where you at. Yes, that's the mini ES. Where you at? Yes, S&P. That ain't what I want. But if I was in the S&P, every time it moves, let me go to futures here. Where you? Yes. Okay,
I think US 30 and
Order
Nasdaq is
submitted.
the same
Order
because
filled.
US 30 and Nasdaq both move like $5 or something on it.
Right. So because if you're looking at the S&P here, it's moving $12.50 every tick. Okay, but it's $50 a point. So